Hello. Making another one of these because I kind of like making these, to be entirely honest. It's fun to talk about things and get other people's input on discussion, I guess. So I posted a status the other day about how the idea of who I want to be, like I'm trying to be the best version of myself, but I'm scared that's a completely different person. And I'm trying really hard to it's really hard to be I want to be content with myself and I want to be happy with the way that I am now. But then I also know that I could be better. I could look better. I could work out more. I could eat better. Um, I could not procrastinate as much. I could have a better schedule. I could do everything better because there's always room for improvement. Um, and so I don't know how to balance between striving to be the best version of myself that I can be, but also being happy and content with myself. I don't know. I'm learning how to strive for self improvement. My current inspiration for wanting to be better is because I hate myself. Because I hate the current version of myself. So I want to change it so that maybe I can be better. But the thing is that, I talked to my therapist about this, is that once I get to that better place, then I'll simply find more things to be unsatisfied with. And there'll always be something more. Or there'll always be something more. And then you just kind of live in a place of constant unsatisfaction. So being dissatisfied with your existence is no way to live, honestly. I'm wondering if coming from a place of love might be a better solution. Working out more and eating better because I love my body and I want it to last, not because I hate it and I want it to change. Getting on the computer less, not because I think that I'm a shitty person for spending all my time online and I waste all my time by doing this and this and this and this, but I'm not spending all my time online because I don't really do anything online. Just don't be online. Read instead, or journal, or just sit and meditate. It doesn't need to be. I make everything. I make everything the end all be all. If I spend all my time online, then obviously I'm a terrible person because blah 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 blah. I'm a waste of space because I can't manage my time properly. And it's no, you're 21. You spend a lot of time on the internet because you like being on the internet and it makes you happy. But also at the same time, it does take up a lot of time that you could use on other things. And I I think that I just need to change the way I talk to myself. And talking about these things, they seem so obvious and duh, but I have to keep this internal dialogue going, or else it's never gonna click from here to here or here to here. Because I know it in my heart, but my head doesn't quite get it. Or do I know it in my head, but my heart doesn't get it? I don't know. It's one of those. There's a miscommunication going on. And so part of me is you need to change this. And the other part of me is yeah, but also that's a lot of work. But working on yourself isn't a bad thing. I am who I am. And I want to make myself better because I deserve it. And because I love myself. Not because I'm terrible. I'm worth it. I'm worth everything I am now, and I'm worth more. I deserve a life of. I deserve kindness from myself. Not everything has to be so hard. It's just one exam. It's just one paper. It's just one audition. It's just one night that you wasted online. Sure. You can always try again tomorrow. I'm learning to separate the quality of the work that I do from my worth as a person because I automatically assume that my productivity and the quality of the work that I produce is directly correlated to how much I deserve to exist, which is not a healthy correspondence to make, not correspondence, correlation to make. Connection. English is hard. It's very, very hard to try and teach yourself how to give yourself a break when you've been doing nothing but for as long as you can remember. And suddenly, for the first time in my life, I think that's what I'm doing, and it's really weird. Like, it's weird. I'm like doing things, and they're getting done. And then I'm moving on to the next thing, and it's fine. Like, it blows my mind. Like, the fact that I was able to finish my thesis, like, the fact that the last month of working on my thesis was relatively easy, and I was able to get to a point where I was like, oh yeah, I just need to make some edits, and then, like, I'll finish it, and then I'll turn it in. And it wasn't this, like, giant, like behemoth in my head. Blew my mind. I can't believe I did that. But just because something wasn't soul-crushing, that means that accomplishing it wasn't amazing. Like, I didn't kill myself over writing that thesis like I was sure I was going to do, but that doesn't make it any less awesome. Just because you didn't, of course, when you struggle through, like, of course, like, struggling through something and, like, finding your way through something tooth and nail obviously makes the result more impressive because, oh my god, you got through to this despite all of this. But also, like, I worked really hard on that, but I worked really hard, but I didn't, like, crush myself over working on it. And I'm still proud of it, and it's, like, still, like, amazing. Because I've always thought if you don't suffer endlessly for the work that you do, then obviously the result is worth nothing, because it was easy, so blah, 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 blah. But, like, I'm totally rambling, and I may not be making sense right now, but I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. Oh, I'm just amazed that there are people who live like this all the time, that you're just able to do things. You just, like, there are people that do things, and that's the end of it. They don't, like, agonize over them. It takes me forever to get started on stuff because I'm so scared I'm going to do it wrong. And there are people in this world that just do work, and they're not too worried about it being perfect. They try and make it as good as it can be, but they're not, like, terrified. So this is a very new feeling for me. I really like it. It's great. It's also just really weird because it's super, super foreign. It's weird to just, like, do things. It's weird to just, like, live life without being followed by all the other stuff. Stuff is changing in my head, and it's really scary, and it's really cool, but it's also really scary because it's, like, so new. Ugh. You must learn to depart from certain eras of your life with a gentle sort of ruthlessness. And I think that's something that I'm finally applying. Which is so cool and so scary. I hope you have a good night. All the love.